G'day guys and welcome to my blue heaven. I'm on a bit of a precarious position here. I'm on these unstable cliffs on the bluff at Bowen Heads. They could tumble at any time. Ooh. I've been climbing all morning. I was here yesterday, man, and I found this unbelievable cave. I wanted to live in that cave. I could have stayed there all day. I did put a photo of that cave on Twitter yesterday, so if you don't believe me. And I thought to myself, I'll come back tomorrow when the weather's a little bit nicer and it's a little bit calmer, and I'll bring the selfie stick and a tripod, and I'll do my video, my preview of the Saints game from the cave, man. And I've been looking for about a fucking hour looking for this cave. And it's like, oh man, it's a bit like Picnic at Hanging Rock. So this is Picnic at Bowen Heads Bluff. If I fall backwards here and I don't make it, but they find my phone, I just want to say it's been a pleasure the last 4 years doing these videos for my blue heaven. Are on the verge, mate. I think the lessons learned is take your opportunities, man. When I had it yesterday, fuck, I should have done it yesterday. And thinking about it, man, our footy club, man, we just got to take the opportunity this year, not next year, not the year after. This year we're right in the mix. And tomorrow night, man, it's all set up beautifully. Let's not worry about top four right here, right now. Let's worry about just winning another game of football and keeping that momentum rolling. It's, it hasn't been a great month, but last week was a great week. And there's no reason why we can't build on momentum against a team that clearly is struggling. But the team that clearly has dropped out of the top four in a matter of a month, and that's St Kilda's slipped to 10th. They haven't won since the bye, or their bye anyway. Losses against them, and they were awful against Sydney last week on the road. They were fucking disgraceful against the Bombers, who can't get out of their own way. And, they had a loss at the Gabba, but they're not going to be the only team that lose at the Gabba this year. But I think their last win was against North Melbourne, and they're really stinking it up. They get some players back. I think Ryder will be back in. Hill will be back in. Ryder's he's a really good tap ruckman, Ryder. So, they'll get a little bit of possibly an advantage in the middle with his skill. And we got our mojo back last week in the middle. So we fucking need to continue on, because we can't afford to let St Kilda, who on their day, they can really hunt you. When their pressure is up, they're really difficult. I remember a game against Geelong earlier on in the year where they really made it difficult for the Cats. And their big boys up forward, King, Membry, Marshall, if he plays there, can get going if they can have any ascendancy in the middle. Can cause us headaches, because I don't think Wooters will be back. I don't think he'll be back. I think we'll save him. I think we really will. Too much of a risk. But I like their midfield when it's up and going. Gresham, Crouch is okay. Ross, and the one, the barometer, their captain Steele, I think he's been back for a week. His own Cripper, he has. Every time he plays on him, he owns him. Kicks goals on him. He's fucking physical on him. But we've got some players now around Cripper who can help him out, guys like Hewitt and Kennedy. Cherry will be back in, and Walsh. I love Fisher rolling through there at the moment as well. So we can't afford, man, to let this mob. They're under pressure. To get a sniff early in this game, we need to approach this game like we approached Fremantle last week. This Marvel Stadium, man, it's becoming a fortress. It was once feared for us now, but it's becoming our 23rd man. Not just for the players from the opposition, but also we're just drowning out support. And being our home game, that's huge for us. Tomorrow night, another Friday night game, and to solidify a position in that top 8 and, you know, cling on to the prospect of potentially getting a double chance. This is huge. Before we have to hit the road and go over to, you know, a tricky game over in the west against the Eagles. Changes, well, Chera's in. We lose Boyd, who I reckon's huge. I reckon losing Jordan Boyd's big, and everyone says, well, we can just replace him with Stocker. Yeah, Stocker brings something different. He brings a physicality. I see that he's really worked on his disposal at VFL level over the last couple of weeks, and he's marking really well. Intercept marking really well, so he's really strong in the air, but he doesn't have that speed, man. He doesn't have that speed of Jordan Boyd, who I really, really like and I really rate, and to lose him, you know, with 7 or 8 weeks to go, is a big blow for us because we're just starting to find some form. But we need Stocker to come in and play a role down back and to find his mojo, which has been missing. I know he's had some injury concerns, and who replaces Chera? It can't be just, I don't reckon it can be, you know, the same olds going out of the team. Can't be just Cottrell. Can't be Nunes, can't be O'Brien. You know, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be when players come back? Because last week there wasn't a weak link, so it's a really good position to be in, but it could all come tumbling down tomorrow night if we don't bring our best football. I've survived, at this stage I've survived this preview, but I've got to make it down now, and I'm struggling a bit, guys. The heart rate's up. It's going to be probably up tomorrow night as well as I watch this game, and it's physically right here, right now. I'm up around the 140, 150 mark, and I'm struggling and a little bit dizzy. So I better stop this and get down this cliff. Speaks. Oh, wow, guys. After all that, guess what? I've found the fucking thing. Perseverance. Remember Bolt used to say, endure? We just got to endure. I've found the cave. Wow. Bravery, man. Take a leaf out of my book, boys, tomorrow night. Take your opportunities, never give up. Let's take a bit of tour of this cave I was talking about, eh? Oh, there she is. This is where I found yesterday, man. I wanted to sleep in here last night. Oh, wow. Okay, and have a look at this view. Have a look at this view. Wowee. Christ almighty. There she is, the My Blue Heaven Cave. Bellarine Peninsula, Barwon Heads Bluff. Looking across to the main beach at Ocean Grove. What a place. Let's go, you fucking blue boys. Let's fix those sonars up tomorrow night at Marble Stadium. I survived, guys. I found the cave.